Master, it's so crowded. Can we wait for them to leave and paddle slower? It's hard for me to take pictures. Take pictures? Yes, there are too many bamboo rafts. I want to wait for them to leave. Do you have any red envelopes? What? What red envelopes? You don't know about red envelopes, but you still want to take pictures? After the staff of the scenic spot saw my video, they contacted me and asked me to delete the video, saying that it would affect them. This was the worst thing. We were ripped off during our trip to Guilin and Yangshuo. Is this called stuffed snails or something? A plate is $9. The plate of stir-fried water spinach seems to be $5. The stuffed snails are made by pulling out the meat inside, mincing it, and stuffing it with pork stuffing. The waiter told us that it tastes the same as pork meatballs. My husband can even taste it. It's pork meatballs. We don't know if there is snail meat inside. After the meat inside the snail is taken out, the snail shell is still intact. People recycle it and reuse it. You ordered this dish that time, and others might order it, but this snail shell may have been on the table for several people, and it's been eaten several times. We're unsure if there's snail meat inside, but it's likely just pure pork stuffing. And we didn't eat it at all, and there was about half a plate left. It was not delicious at all, and we didn't even want to pack it up. So, do you think that half a plate of snails left, should they throw it away, or should they serve it to the following table? In recent years, the phenomenon of overcharging tourists in Chinese scenic spots has frequently been on the hot search, from 6 noodles for $3 to 6 mantis strips for $100. These outrageous price tags not only chill tourists but also gradually erode the credibility and sustainable development of China's tourism industry. Guilin's landscape is the best in the world, which makes many people yearn for it. Surprisingly, Guilin Tourism Company, operator of top attractions like Li River and 2 rivers and 4 lakes, reported nearly $140 million in losses from 2020 to 2024, including $28 million in 2024 alone, according to its latest annual report. Let's talk about these topics today. A blogger recounted her experience traveling to Sanya last year. I remember when I went to Sanya last year, I went to a roadside stall to eat. I was alone and ordered such a small plate, but they charged me $30. That was fine, but I had a stomachache that night. 2 days later, she went diving and forgot to bring her swimsuit, so she bought a swimsuit at the pier for $40. Later, she searched online and found that the exact same swimsuit only cost $8. She knew she was ripped off. During the dive, she was ripped off again. The coach came and the first thing he saw was, do you want to upgrade this mask or not? If you say no, then you need to hold your breath underwater. He didn't tell me how many minutes a novice can hold his breath at 4 meters underwater. He said upgrading the mask costs $42. If you want to have a lot of fish around you, you'll need to spend $14 on a small bag of fish food. That's a lot for such a small bag. As a result, when we got to the bottom of the sea, the fish food spilled and the $14 was gone. The blogger and her friend each spent $42 to upgrade the mask. After diving for a while, the coach suddenly pulled her up and said that your time was almost up. Do you want to take a photo? Taking a photo cost $70. The blogger thought that it was too expensive and the water was too turbid, so he said he didn't want to take pictures. Then he took me to the water to dive, and suddenly he took off my mask. I was stunned and choked. I rushed to get out. I was very nervous and kept holding him. After I got out, I felt really uncomfortable and coughed for a long time. In Sanya, it's not an isolated case that coaches forcibly take off masks underwater and force tourists to take photos. Let's listen to another tourist story. Have you read the recent news about Sanya? I'm a person who personally experienced this news. I also went to Sanya for diving at that time. When I entered the water, the coach asked us if we should not use this ordinary respirator. They would replace it with a full face mask for an additional $42. I thought it was good for me to use this ordinary one. Then the coach said, okay, then you try it. Then he pushed me into the water. After I got up, I was a little angry. He said, okay, then let's try it again, and then he pushed me into the water again. I drank another sip of water, and it made my lungs feel super uncomfortable. I really couldn't stand this torture anymore. I said, "Stop pressing, brother. I'll add more money and give you $42. His attitude immediately changed 180 degrees. In the end, he asked me to add $42 for taking photos and $42 for the full face mask photo. On top of the money I originally spent, another $84 was added. After coming to Sanya, I haven't taken many videos. Today, a friend arranged a cruise for me. It was like boarding a pirate ship. Everyone knows that I don't have an excellent impression of Sanya. After boarding the ship, it only drove for 5 minutes. You see, it just left us here, and now it's still motionless. After stopping here, it's basically all kinds of leak-cutting activities. $53 per person on a small boat. The so-called cruise ship doesn't go anywhere. I thought it was a cruise arranged by my friend. We went out to the sea to rest, sunbathe, and quietly find a more beautiful sea area. Well, once you get there, you'll see how many so-called cruise ships there are. Just go ahead and spend all you want. Those little boats cost $53 per person. A netizen in the comments said that he ended up trying several water activities because the staff on the boat kept persuading him, and since he's easily swayed, he couldn't say no. This blogger reminds anyone planning to travel to Sanya to make thorough preparations in advance to avoid spending unnecessary money. If you want to go to Atlantis Waterworld, you must make a plan in advance. Otherwise, you'll find out after you enter that the bath towel rental is about $7. I remember that the slippers are $11 a pair, the big lockers are $7, and the small ones are $4. The waterproof bag for the mobile phone is $9. If you don't prepare anything, you'll have to spend an extra $20 in addition to the $36 ticket. After purchasing a ticket to enter, not all projects can be played. For instance, there's a pool with fish, including marine species. If you visit the pool, you'll also incur an extra charge. Then there are surfboards. If you want to rent a surfboard to surf in that pool, you'll have to pay extra fees. That is to say, if you buy this ticket to enter, it's really only to enter. If you want a bath towel and want to play with those more fun projects, you have to spend a lot more money. If you're going to Sanya during the holidays, it's recommended that you do not go to Ho-Hai on the most popular day. You just need to park your car for $14, whether you park for 1 minute or a few hours. The fried seafood in the night market is not fresh. There is almost no meat in the shell, but each portion still costs $14. Recently, a young female tourist was visiting the ancient city of Lijiang, Yunnan, and bought a bamboo tube ice cream. The store marked the price at 9.9 yuan, but the actual payment was 48 yuan. The woman believed the merchant was deceiving her into buying, and she became angry, filming the video. See, I just ordered an ice cream and it was written so big on it, 9.9 RMB, and after I ordered it, I was charged 48 RMB. She told me that it was clearly marked with 48, but I couldn't find it. It's here. Look how big the 48 is. The female tourist pointed out in the video that the store had a striking red price tag. Bamboo tube ice cream 9.9 RMB a piece, and the 48 RMB price tag was posted on an inconspicuous wall. She didn't tell me how much it cost when I bought it, and she didn't tell me how much it cost when she made it. She didn't tell me when she gave it to me. I paid and I spent 9 yuan. She told me that it was wrong. It was 48. I said, "Isn't it 9.9 yuan?" Finally, she said, "Look, it says 48 here." The female tourist was very dissatisfied with the store's behavior. She said, "A small ice cream costs 48 yuan. You say you mark it at 48. I won't buy it because it's too expensive. Or I will buy it because I like it. It's clearly marked at 9.9 yuan. Isn't it infuriating?" The incident of the female tourist buying ice cream in Lijiang, Yunnan province became a hot search, sparking heated discussions among netizens. Many netizens said they deeply agree. Some netizens said that they had also stepped on various pitfalls when traveling to Guilin, Guangxi. Sisters, if you plan to go to Guilin, don't take the taxis that solicit passengers. They are all scammers. Then, last week, when I got off the high-speed train, a man followed me and said he was going home and wanted to give us a ride. I asked him how much it would cost, and he said $2, and then took us to the city center. I thought he looked pretty straightforward, but as soon as he got in the car, he started talking to me, suggesting we go to the Lee River to play and join a tour group, among other things. We all said no, we will talk about it tomorrow. Then he insisted on taking us to the travel agency to learn more before leaving. I was already exhausted, but he still wanted to take me to the place to learn more and take a look. They must cooperate. On the second day, we went to the Elephant Trunk Hill, or whatever it's called. When we came out, we were exhausted from all the walking and didn't feel like standing around waiting for a ride. Then we saw a tricycle nearby and figured it was probably just someone trying to make a little money by giving people rides. The driver told us there was a food street nearby and offered to take us there for a certain amount of money. I asked him what kind of food they had there, and he said, "They have everything, all kinds of food." So I thought, okay, sounds good, and we went. But when we got there, do you know what this so-called food street actually was? Just one restaurant, probably someone he knows or works with. Just one place, and he told me there were all kinds of food and called it a food street. It was a total scam. I was so angry, I told him, "Take me to Dongxi Alley, I'll even pay you an extra 10 yuan, about $1.40. I don't even want to get off and call another ride, and he said, "Nope, can't go there. Even with the extra 10 yuan, I still can't take you." Ugh, I was really so mad.
他说，加10块钱吃不了那个地方，哇，我真的好生气啊！
Yangshuo, a place I won't be returning to. It's beautiful, no doubt about that, but the food? First, it's expensive. Second, it doesn't taste good. There's just not much that's actually delicious. Then there's the issue of getting around. We didn't drive here, we relied on taxis, and many drivers simply refused to take us. And worst of all, this city has two menus, one for the locals and one for outsiders. The scenery may be stunning, but the people are not. Another tourist also complained that a rice noodle shop on Zhenyang Street in Guilin does the same thing. One price for locals, a different one for visitors. It was marked on the wall that Guilin rice noodles cost $1.40 per bowl, so I ordered another bowl. When I was halfway through, 3 people came in speaking Guilin dialect and asked for a bowl of rice noodles. I couldn't imitate their accent. The lady boss also spoke Guilin dialect and said it was 70 cents per bowl. Every restaurant here has a dual menu system. Once they hear you're not local, that you're a tourist, the price goes up. Locals get a bowl of rice noodles for at most $1, but if you're from out of town, it's $2. Family, I was stabbed by this pile of fruit in Guangxi. What kind of fruit dares to sell for $20 per kilogram? This one is $7 per box. Just this plum, let me count how many there are. In Guangxi, a box of fruit costs $7, and 2 of them are rotten. I am so angry.
好生气。
Don't go to Jinshui Yuan in Yangshuo, it's really a ripoff. The ticket seller said there were performances to watch. The host said this was a great artist and gave 2 brush calligraphy pieces to give away at the beginning, and then auctioned them off for $28 each. At this time, we are still delighted to watch the performance. Remember this woman, she came out and the scam was about to begin. This part was that the girl gave the show ball to the men present, and we were very excited to push my boyfriend to perform. After coming down, my boyfriend said that they kept asking for all kinds of personal information. After I walked across this bridge, I went into the so-called bridal chamber. Once I entered, those people locked the door and asked me to pay $14. If you didn't pay, you wouldn't be allowed to leave. My boyfriend gave $5, but many people gave $14 directly. No wonder they were asked to bring their phones before the performance. They had to pay with the app on their phones. Isn't this a typical scenic spot scam? Later, the tour guide took us to this place where you have to pay for anything you touch. In summary, Yangshuo is wonderful, but the consumption is really a scam. Prepare your wallet and be sure to bargain. The pitfalls in Guilin, Guangxi are not ordinary pitfalls. If you want to visit Guilin, you must pay attention to the following points. 1. Never get off at Guilin West Station, otherwise you'll find that you are a million miles away from the scenic spots. Instantly, you will feel like you have been thrown into the wilderness. Isn't this asking for trouble? So let's not do this stupid thing. 2. In Dongxi Lane and West Street, never be impulsive in consumption. When you see those small commodities full of dazzling array, especially silver jewelry stores, you will buy fakes, and you can only cry in front of a pile of fakes. 3. For traffic, never think about driving or taking a taxi. In this city, the traffic jams are so heavy that you doubt your life. It's better to ride a shared bicycle and shuttle between various scenic spots, just like a happy little rider. 4. Don't choose food recommended by the taxi driver, or you'll be slaughtered as soon as you step into the restaurant. And stay away from rice noodles that cost more than $1 a bowl. After all, the taste is almost the same. 5. When visiting Elephant Trunk Hill, don't take a bamboo raft. That's a complete waste of time and the scenery is average. There is also the Jinjiang Palace. If you're not interested in history, take a photo at the entrance and then leave without wasting money. Remember these warnings and you can have fun in Guilin without any worries. If you have any questions, leave a message in the comment area.
就能畅玩无忧，有啥问题评论区留言。
That's all for today. If you enjoy our content, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, leave a comment, and share it with a friend. We appreciate your support, and we'll see you next time.